and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Amra and this is Amra's Beauty Blog. If you're a subscriber, then a welcome return. If you like this video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for weekly uploads. So today I have a face without any makeup on because I'm going to be talking about a brand that I did a review on ages ago, who kindly gifted me some items, and they recently had a pop-up in London's Mayfair, and I decided to pick up a few of their pieces after having gone into the store and tried the products basically face to face, because they don't have a retailer here, it's all online, and it was my one opportunity to test everything and to see what matched me and what products I could pick up. So I'm really excited to talk to you about Merit Beauty today. I will be adding some clips today of my pop-up experience where I went to have a look at the store. It was only open for 2 days and it was with a brand called Tove, and they were giving out a lovely beauty bag which I'm going to show you as well as part of this video. So what I thought I'd do today is show you all the items I picked up and do a look on my face. It's really hot in London at the moment, so first of all apologise that my fan is on during this video because it is so hot, and if I don't put the fan on I'm going to be melting, so apologies. I will try and minimise the sound as much as possible, but I really need to have it on unfortunately, otherwise I'm going to be baking. This is my introduction to the pop-up and I'll put it in right now. So when you purchased over £100 at the pop-up, this is what you got. This is their Merit Beauty bag. It's limited edition. I remember reviewing this and they kindly sent me the brown one that it first came in, but this one is a lot more fancier. It's a lot more nice to use in the evening. It's such a gorgeous bag. You open it up and I've got all my goodies in here, which came delivered separately because the store itself didn't stock the items. You had to order it all online, and I like that because you didn't have to carry everything home. In some ways it was really nice because I still got to carry the bag. So let me show you the Merit Tove bag, which is really gorgeous. I still got to carry that home with this bag inside it, so that was really nice. These are all the products. It came in a lovely pouch and then it had its own pouch to protect it. I picked up this lovely postcard whilst I was there, and then this one came in the post as well with all the products. So I've got these two. Yeah, the bag is stunning. It's such a gorgeous colour. It was a beautiful event and I'm so glad that I actually went. I picked up something called the polish set, which had pretty much all of these items. Let's start off with the first product, which I did a colour swatch and a match for this, and this is the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Stick. What I love about Merit Beauty is it's very simple and it reminds me of the Westman Atelier philosophy where less is more. I really enjoyed sort of picking out my shades and everything. This colour I picked in the shade Camel. I then got the brush which comes with it, and this is brush number 1 and it's their blending brush, so I'm going to use that to blend the colour. All of this shouldn't take very long because what they are really kind of focusing on is minimalistic makeup that doesn't take very long to put on at all. Then I picked up the blusher. I got the blusher before because that came with the free gift that I got when I first was kindly gifted the products, but this is a different shade and it's in the shade Cheeky. I then picked up the Bronze Balm, which is a bronzer, and it's a sheer bronzer in the shade Leo, and I picked up a highlighter balm which is the Day Glow and it's in the shade Solstice, which is one of their new shades. And then finally I have the mascara and it's their Clean Lash mascara, and then I also have their signature lip colour in the shade support. There were just so many things that I liked, and I was just so overwhelmed by how many sort of things I could pick up, but I had to keep it as succinct as possible because I couldn't pick up everything. There's just so much. I got a chance to try their eyeshadows, their lip oils, which I didn't pick up. I will, as we go along, pick up more. So we're starting off with a very plain face because I want to show you the complexion product first. We're going to start off with the #1 blending brush. So we're going to use that alongside this complexion product. This is so lovely, this brush. I love the way that it's got a lovely slant. I believe these brushes are vegan. It's made in China. The #1 tool is your kit. Use it to blend and you won't be able to tell where your skin and your makeup meet. So it's a very minimalistic way of working. After applying the Minimalist, move the brush lightly upward and outward to buff into skin if needed. Use it to seamlessly blend out additional product after applying. So I might use this for the blush, the bronzer and the highlight, and just kind of show you how I would use this if I was out and about and I just wanted a lovely polished look. I'm actually going out tonight to meet a friend. This is the brush that I'm going to show you. So that's what the brush looks like. It's really gorgeous and it says Merit just there. So the first product I'm going to show you is the Minimalist, and it's a perfecting complexion stick. So what I've been told is that this could be used as a complexion foundation as well as a concealer. Perfecting complexion stick, swipe onto skin where you want coverage and buff it out with a brush so you can't tell what's you and what's makeup. The whole idea and the concept behind Merit is that it's minimalistic beauty. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. So this is what it looks like. It comes in this lovely tube. Feels very sleek, very sort of light. Packaging feels nice on this one. I really like the packaging. There's a bit that you can turn at the bottom and I'll pull it open, and I colour matched myself because there were so many colours there and I really had to make sure that it matched my skin tone. So I was so glad I got to do that at the store. This is how the packaging looks, and you can see the shade there, which is Camel. It's a bit warmer than my other shades, but I think the other one that was above this shade was just a tad too light. So this was the perfect shade for me. On the tip you've got the Merit Beauty logo as well, which is a nice touch. So I'm just going to show you a quick hand swatch of the colour Camel. You'd probably agree that is a very good colour match. So essentially what I would do is take this and I would put it in the areas where I need coverage. So it tends to be like the centre, and just kind of place it where I think I'd like it to go. It does look like a little bit of a everywhere situation, but I'm going to use the brush now to blend it. I'm going to take this brush that they've got here. The tip of the brush also has the Merit logo there as well. Let's try this now. Brush feels really soft, by the way. It has a kind of Westman Atelier feel to it, this, in terms of the consistency. But that's giving really good coverage. And I'm just taking the product in the areas where I need it. And I would say that's a really good colour match, to be honest, because blended into my skin really seamlessly. Now that didn't take very long at all. So what I'm going to do is, I've blended it out. I'm going to take it and put some under the eyes. So I want a little bit more coverage around my eye area, but also around kind of like where I've got some hyperpigmentation and a few areas where I just want a bit more coverage. So taking the brush, really soft. It feels lovely on the skin. Feels really nice. I'm just taking the product and also adding it to my eyelids just to give a nice base. Now I haven't got an eyeshadow today, so I will add a little bit from somewhere else most likely, but just really taking the foundation, and this is what I would do really, like blend it out. I love this colour match. This is a great colour. This is Camel. So if you're a similar skin tone to me, I think Camel will be fine. Really lovely. Look at the way that blended. The skin looks really lovely and very natural. It's a very natural finish. So now let's take a look at the blush, because I just want to add a bit of colour to my cheeks. This is the Flush Balm in the cheek colour Cheeky, and this is the one that kind of I felt drawn to when I saw at the pop-up. I love the packaging, so sleek. I wish this was more heavier, but I think they want people to travel with it purely because of how much you're paying for the products. This blush is made in South Korea. The Minimalist complexion stick was made in South Korea, so I'm loving the fact they're using South Korea as a place to make these. The brush was made in China. So this is the shade, and it's called Cheeky, but this is the shade, and it's such a gorgeous shade, like a kind of cool toned pink. So I'm just doing a quick hand swatch of this shade, which is Cheeky, and it's a really pretty kind of flushed shade, really, really gorgeous. So what I like to do is take the colour and I'll put it just where I would smile. There's so many ways you can apply this. You can go straight across like this, which is really nice because you can see the pigmentation coming through, and I'll do the other side. And just to give the face a bit more polish. Then I'm going to take that brush that I used earlier and I'm going to blend it. It will have a little bit of the foundation on it still, which will kind of melt the skin. But can you see how pretty that looks? So they call this the polish look, or the polish set. I can see why. I'm literally just dabbing it to get the foundation to melt with the blush a bit. And I'm smiling to get that to come up on the apples of my cheeks. I love the way it looks. It looks very, very natural, yet I can see the kind of glow as well. So Cheeky is the colour on my cheeks right now. And sometimes I put it on the bridge of my nose a bit, just to give it a little bit of colour and take up any remaining amount around the face like that. That's really lovely. I mean, I can intensify it, but I think I'm going to stop for a little bit. I'm going to add a bit more in a minute. That's how it looks with one layer. And then you can always go in and just intensify it a little bit more. I'm loving the kind of glow that I'm getting still. Very pretty. That's really nice. Wow. Okay, so that's the second layer that I have on, and I thought we'd be really good to move on to the bronzer now, which is the Bronze Balm Sheer Bronzer. This is in the shade Leo, a sheer buildable bronzer that delivers a wash of natural warmth and depth. For warmth, swipe where the sun naturally hits. To sculpt, swipe along the low points of the face, blend with brush number 1 or your fingers. So that brush number 1 has just so much versatility. You can use it for a lot of things. I really love the container for the bronzer. All of it is gold. It's very light, so to travel with, again, it's very, very easy to have in your handbag. It doesn't feel like it's gonna weigh things down. I think you're paying a little bit more for the price, so you'd expect the packaging to be a bit more heavier, but when you're traveling, you don't necessarily want heavy things, so it's kind of like a catch-22. But it has the Merit Beauty logo at the tip. The whole thing is gold and it's so pretty. This one's made in South Korea, so a lot of these products are Korean. You open it up and it's got a cover on the tip. Take that off, it's just to protect it. This is a shade Leo, and look how pretty that shade is. I tried on so many of the different ones they had, but this one just kind of suited my skin tone the best and showed up really well. I really love the way this looks. It looks very, very sophisticated. Love the packaging. So this is Leo. So let's do a hand swatch of Leo, and that is a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. I'm actually thinking I'm going to use that on my eyes as well, because I don't have any eyeshadow, and I think if I was out I would use this as a shadow because it has the ability to be a shadow as well. Okay, so let's take this and I'm just going to put it where I would put a bronzer somewhere around here, just kind of where my cheekbone is. Same as the other side. And just put that where I put it. And then I'd add a little bit just on the tip of my nose. I'll blend this all out. It does look a bit odd at the moment. And then I'll put a little bit of the bronzer at the top of my head. And a little bit where I just want it to look a bit more chiseled. Yeah, it looks really interesting right now. So I would take this brush, which is the #1 brush, and just blend it out. This is really complimentary, I think, for women of a certain age, over 40 like myself, who loves to use makeup but doesn't necessarily want to use powder, because this is all cream based, and it's really complimentary because it doesn't sit in your fine lines and wrinkles. Can you see how I'm blending that out and just taking it where I want the shade to go? I mean, that took like less than 5 minutes. I'm literally just taking it up to my nose where I want it to go and then blending that out. And you can always like go in, and I can add a bit more blush later on if I want to. But I'm literally taking the shade and I'm tapping the brush. I'm not kind of doing that other than the top of my forehead. Tapping it in so it's blending in and it's becoming one with my face. And then I'm taking that at the bottom, doing exactly the same thing. And I love the way that it's seamlessly blending together. Like, I'm so happy with the colour choices that I've made because I didn't have much time. When I ran into the pop-up store, I literally had like an hour and a half before they were closing, and it was the last day. And so I literally said, girls, I need your help. And I sort of basically became this sort of vessel where I put every product on my arm and took photographs and ran around. And I think I was just trying to do it all to get it all in before they closed. And I had my mum and my friend waiting for me outside, which also kind of kicked me up the backside to make me do things a little bit quicker. So, I mean, that's just beautiful. That's just blended in really, really nicely. That's the bronzer. Isn't that stunning? I'm going to take this bronzer now and I'm just going to put it in the crease of my eye. Use my finger, because this is what I would do if I was out and about and I didn't have a brush. I'm trying to show you kind of what I would do to get that polished look. So I'm taking the bronzer and literally putting it into the socket of my eyes, giving it some depth. And you can see that it makes a really lovely eyeshadow as well. I tried the eyeshadows, I really like them, but I think my reservation on them were, they seemed a bit dry, which I was a bit disappointed with. I think they've been out for a while because people have been trying them. So I will give one a go and let you know and film my thoughts on it. For now, like, I'm loving how I can double up with this bronzer. Any excess, I'm just gonna rub it here. Not waste the product, basically, with my finger. So that's what I would do if I was out and about. That's the bronzer as an eyeshadow and as a bronzer. And like I said, you can go in if you feel that it's not really doing everything you want it to do. Go in again, there's no harm. And just add a bit more. I think I'm just gonna add a tad bit more. Taking my brush and blending it out. Like, I think it really changes a look when you put the bronzer on as well. And it just gives you that lovely sun-kissed look. So I'm just trying to go on the areas where the sun would hit me naturally. What I might do is add a tad bit more blush. So I'm just going in and I'm just gonna go to the apples of the cheek. What I love about this Merit Beauty setup is you can just play around, and I'm literally just dabbing a bit more of the blush on the apples of my cheek, because now I've got the bronzer on, I can see a little bit more as to how it's looking. It's just giving me that lovely bit of glow and colour. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm looking really warm now. Feel like I want a little bit of light to come in. So I picked up their new Day Glow Highlighting Balm in the shade Solstice. Perfect for day and night. This highlighter gives you a dewy, balmy sheen with zero sparkle. It just wants you to look glowy, and I'm really excited about this. It's made in the USA. So this one is the one that's so far only made in the USA. Everything else is either made in South Korea or China, which was the brush that was made in China, but all the other products were made in Korea, and I could feel that quality in the texture. This one has different packaging. It's all white, so you know it's a highlighter. It's got Merit written there, and then you open it up. And then this is the shade, and I just fell in love with this shade when I saw it. The others are lovely as well, very, very light, but I thought in the summertime, I don't know about you, but I love a highlighter that is kind of really lovely and warm, and this just looks so gorgeous. I'm really excited to try this. Let me quickly do a hand swatch for you. Look at that, so balmy. I just love the way my skin is looking right now with all the different products layered on. So let's go on with this. So I'm gonna put this here where I would sort of put highlight, but you can see how beautiful is that. It's not how it looks in the container. I'm gonna use my hand to disperse the highlighter, but I'm kind of layering it on, even like that. I'm just putting a little bit here on my Cupid's bow. It's a wash of colour. You can see it's not like really in your face, and it's not blinding. And what I might do is take a little bit and put a little bit there as well. But you can see that it's a very sheer formula and very balmy. It's very, very nice. I'm just kind of adding a little bit more there and there. That's really lovely. Wowzers. So I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit with the brush, just to disperse the product a bit. I feel very glowy right now. So pretty. This is the mascara, and it's called Clean Lash Lengthening Tubing Mascara. This one's made in South Korea. Your go-to mascara for every day. Tubing technology tints, lengthens and lifts lashes with no smudging ever. Comb through lashes, doing a little wiggle at the base to add thickness at your lash line to remove. Wash with cleanser and warm water. I like the way that this is quite sleek. It's really lovely, the packaging, and it's nice and thick. This is how it looks on camera. So lovely. Okay, so let's add some mascara. So I'm just going in. Feels really lovely on. This will be a good test because today's quite warm. So I'm just going to add a tad bit more. I think mascara always adds that little bit something to the eyes. Feels really nice. I like the thickness of the wand as well. Just doing my lower lashes as well. So this is how it looks with the mascara on as well. Okay, so we move into the final item. This is the lipstick. I think I did review one of the lipsticks, and the shade that I picked up this time is called Court. This is how it looks, and it's very nice, the container. This is plastic as well. I think they're both plastic. This is a matte shade. I tried on all the satin shades, but I enjoyed using and testing the mattes more. This is the shade Court, and it's kind of like this orangey coral shade. Really pretty for summer. And that's the lid, and you can see Merit written there. Goes like that, the tube. I'm going to quickly do a hand swatch with you of the shade Court. Very pretty. I wish I had the gloss now, or the lip oil. So let's put this on together. It's a pretty shade. feel like I'm ready to go out now. It's a lovely shade. This is called just gonna add a little bit more blush. The products don't have a fragrance. I haven't smelt anything that's been very strong. I love the glow that everything has given me. It's so gorgeous. It's very polished, as it says. This is the polished look. I'm just going to add a tad bit more on the eyes. And a little bit more on the bronzer. I mean, you can keep layering. You can really do what you feel works for you. There's no kind of set way, and do what works. In the evening I like to go a little bit more heavier with the bronzer. I'm just taking what's left, just kind of sculpting the face, just taking it up to the forehead. Like, honestly, I feel so sculpted, and that is everything. Okay, so I have finished, and this is my sophisticated look. It's so pretty. I can imagine going out like this, and I am going to go out. In the next hour and a half I'll be out to see my friend. It's really pretty. So my thoughts on all the products. Simplicity is key with Merit Beauty. It's about the minimalistic look. It's about doing things that are very small but yet having some sort of impact. And all these products that I picked up, I'm so happy with what I've got, because I could feel myself gravitating towards these if I want a quick one and done look if I'm out. And I love the weight of it because it's not heavy and it gives such a gorgeous finish. I'm very excited to try the other shades that I tried on in the pop-up. I'm glad that I picked these up so I could do a look to show you today. I hope you enjoyed this. I've enjoyed filming. It's been a lovely hot day, but I feel like I've created a really summery look that hopefully will inspire you if you're going to pick up some pieces from Merit Beauty. I do have a Merit Beauty affiliate link which I will try and dig out and put below from the last time that I did my review. I hope that you can pick something up, use my link, and just enjoy yourself. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.